And we're back, baby. I think we're back. I think we're working. I think this is 33. Who's 33? Is that Larry Legend?
Larry Legend. What an episode to be on.
Larry Legend.
Did you plan this?
Come on, man. You know how we do, man. Larry Legend in the building. Yo, Pete, what's popping, man?
Yeah, we are live.
What's popping?
Not much. Tired.
What's going on?
Big party yesterday.
How was the party?
Nice. A lot of family there, friends. Tired though. A lot of work.
It's
a lot of work.
You ain't putting in no work.
Putting up tents, chairs, running around all day. You don't know
you
what it's like.
You ain't putting in no work. You putting in work.
Yeah, I always put in work.
I'm gonna tell you something. I know a guy who's putting in work. This guy right over here. He got like 8 jobs. How many jobs?
They're trying to call me in right now. I said I'm on episode 33. I can't help you.
You said I'm hanging out with Bird.
I'm
hanging out with Larry Bird. What's going on with you, man?
I don't know. You said it. Just working too much. Trying to catch up with you guys. That's about it.
Yeah. What we talking about, Pete? What we getting into?
Oh, this is your show today. I was too busy with the cookout.
You didn't want to come.
I let you handle the logistics this week.
He ain't even want to come. Yo, everybody share the link. P ain't even want to come. He wanted to leave me out to the pastures, you know. But we're gonna get into it. What we talking about? Oh, the first week of NFL.
Yep.
Did y'all watch? Y'all ain't no college guys, huh?
No, I'm not.
Not huge on college.
But you gotta tell me you seen the Dion thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We gotta chop it up.
He's gonna suck me back. I mean, to transition into another point that we need to talk about, maybe Dion needs to be coaching USA men's basketball. Because I don't know what happened with that.
You know what happened. It's back to what you said. Maybe the rest of the world's starting to catch up.
They are. I told you last time.
But Lithuania?
They're 5-0. They're 6-0. They're the best team in the FIBA.
Who's on the squad?
Everybody. I don't think it
Nobody
matters. Everybody.
They're just good.
It's the Super Bowl to the other team. Every team they play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they're gonna take team back in the day.
Yeah.
But they're just good now. They're just better than they used to be. We're still thinking about when that USA was crushing people by 70 points. It's not the same.
And all those teams, those guys have played together for so long.
Yeah.
You know, it's like finding the teams in the NCAA bracket that have all been together for 4 years. Like, they tend to do better than the teams that have only been together for 1 year. So
yeah. Well, we'll chop it up.
There's no excuse.
No excuse.
There's no excuse. I don't want to hear it.
Dominance. But we'll chop it up. We're going to take a quick break, and then after that, we're going to come back and kick it. My man P, he got everything on deck. He's ready. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And we back. We biggie back. We back live, baby. Come back, Kings. And you know what we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about where we gonna go first. We going back to the FIFA. Is it FIFA or FIBA? FIBA. So FIFA is the soccer.
Football.
FIBA.
That's why the F is there. Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure. Okay, so it's the FIBA. So what happened, man? Lithuania smacked up the United States?
I didn't smack them up. A few points, though.
What happened, man? What happened to Anthony Edwards talking all this yin-yang? And, well, he was producing, though. He was the only one producing, right? From what I was hearing, he was the only one catching really wreck.
Yeah, he had 35 points.
Yeah, he's the guy on the squad, but I just didn't like the Kobe comment. But here's the thing, too, that people got to keep in mind. It's still not the best.
No.
United States, keep it. Come on, keep it 100. It's not LeBron. It's not. Well, Giannis isn't from here, right?
No.
So Giannis wouldn't be on the squad. Who else would be on the squad? Steph Curry would be on the squad.
Yeah.
Who else? Devin Booker, Kevin Durant,
Tatum,
and the Brown Cat might be coming off the bench. Yeah, so let's be clear, people. These aren't the best cats. These are still kind of like, because cats are still picking and choosing if they want to go. So back to what you were saying, like they're catching up. but they still haven't played the best in my mind. This is my
Well, you
opinion.
remember what happened after the Olympics when they were killing everybody.
Yeah,
they went back to the college kids.
Exactly.
Then they weren't. Then the college kids weren't winning.
They started getting
So they're like,
smacked
hold
again.
on a second.
Exactly. So I think what they're gonna do is they gotta make it more appetizing for, because what is the benefit of the echelon top dudes to go?
There isn't any.
Exactly. That's why they don't want to go, and their agent is probably telling them, don't do it because we don't want you to get hurt, or
Yeah.
even their team.
The owners of the team,
The owners of
there's
the team
there's
is
no
probably
incentive for
like-
you to go over there
They're
and play.
probably like, yo, so keep this in perspective, people. United States got beat, but there's still, you got to argue the talent. But go ahead. I don't want
There's
to
also been
hijack
some
the whole
stories
conversation.
about who's the cat the Celtics just signed.
Brown?
Kristaps, Porzingis.
Porzingis. There's also rumors that he's out. He was supposed to play in this FIBA, but then next thing you know, he's got plantar fasciitis in his foot, and they're saying that the
Who does he
Celtics.
play for? What country is he from? He's not from the United States, right?
Serbia, I think.
Yeah. So
But they were like, yo, they're saying maybe the Celtics said, listen, we'll give you the 2-year extension on your contract, but don't play in FIBA because you get hurt a lot. We don't want you putting those extra miles
he
on
is a
you.
little brittle.
I feel like I even heard something that said that was dictated in the contract. Like you're done with international play.
And I wouldn't doubt
Like,
it.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I don't know.
That's
I
not,
think this.
yeah.
I think the Celtics are one of the last teams on that bandwagon of actually putting their foot down and saying that.
Yeah,
So-
I wouldn't. Like if
But
I'm
then
the owner.
It's
then
so hard
again,
to-
though, you just saw Jaylen Brown playing the Big Three tournament. So like, what's the difference between him playing in like an exhibition game and like?
Was Brown playing in the Big Three?
Yeah,
Was he? Why?
he put in light work though. He had like single digits across the board on like the stat sheet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the requirement is and what teams are probably telling these dudes. Because I've seen Brown. He always in the off season playing pickup games.
Yeah.
And stuff of that nature.
But I guess on a professional level where you're playing a tournament, multiple games back to back, maybe they don't want that. But I wouldn't. You invest that much money, I want you playing for me. I don't want you getting hurt.
Yeah.
They do this in the NHL all the time.
What do you mean?
Like they don't let them play in international play. They don't play in the Olympics. They don't play in the FIBA equivalent. Like they're like, no, we paid you, and
So let me ask you
it's
this.
it's not worth the risk.
Let's go back to the Dream Team. How did they get them to play? It was the same thing.
I
How
think
did
it
they
was
get
just
the
a diff-
top dudes to play?
It was a different time back then, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it was.
No, but I'm saying they still had to make it appetizing. They had to be like, look,
No, they wanted to.
Bird
They wanted
Magic,
to.
we want you to
No,
play.
they wanted to represent their country.
Yeah, like you. And
They
you couldn't-
wanted to
You
do
couldn't
that.
go live on Instagram just off your phone back then either. You know what I mean? Like it still was like those guys were famous, but the fame like that they experienced.
You think so? I think people internationally knew who Bird and
Oh,
Magic.
they did because
And you can't say they didn't know MJ.
no, they
Yeah,
did.
I don't know. You watch that documentary,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
People are going crazy for them. Like
That's-
they're like the Beatles. You know
But
what I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying.
People aren't going that crazy at a regular NBA game. Maybe a few people are going nuts, losing their mind, but people are crying. You know what I mean? Like they. Who's really experienced for that aside from MJ?
All the players are in
Like-
awe of that.
Yeah.
No,
like,
I think as far as the money and the contracts, they weren't thinking like that back then. You know what I mean? About getting hurt. And players were tougher,
Yeah.
too.
They were tough.
Players are
And
tougher.
back then, there were no super teams back then either. So that was like everybody's first chance to kind of play together and maybe like have a little fun. You know, like that
But they
era of the
still-
NBA, people were still like, I'm winning on my own. Like,
You still gotta sell it to these guys, though.
I don't think you had to.
You
Yeah, I
think
don't
You
think- I don't
didn't
think you
have
had to,
to.
like-
You think
They
just
wanted to do it.
You
Yeah.
think they showed up and said, USA?
Larry Bird with a bad
USA?
back went there.
yeah.
He went there with a bad back. He
Even
didn't
ju-
care. He didn't have to do that.
Even just having MJ out there, like, you think MJ was gonna go out there and like let anybody not be accountable? You know,
Yeah.
like I heard some of those practices and those scrimmages were like all
Oh, yeah,
time,
him
like
and Magic. I saw that documentary.
Yeah, like-
him and Magic.
I'm sorry, just having MJ there. You know what I mean? Like
I
is-
rock
that was the
with you.
key. That was the
I
key
rock
to
with you on
everything.
that.
Like,
And these guys making $60 million a year now. You can't let them get hurt. Then your whole season's done. Your whole NBA season's done. Your
Yup.
big gun goes down.
I would like to know the process then. Who are they grabbing? Like, are they going to the teams and saying, who do you?
I don't-
Who are they going to the teams and saying who's expendable?
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
That's
I
what I'm
think it's
saying.
the players
'Cause they're
going
still
to the.
pro players, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Edwards, he's probably getting paid a chunk. I don't think Minnesota was like, go ahead and go play. I don't know.
Maybe it's the savvy players who took insurance policies out on themselves and they're not afraid.
But that's what I'm saying.
But they're still going to get paid by their teams if they get hurt.
That's
I
my
don't know.
point.
It all depends on the contract
Yeah.
that they signed. What's written into these contracts on the back?
I
on the
still
back
want to
page.
know
It's
what
like-
they're saying to these teams or to the player. You want to play for the United States? And
I think at some point back in the day, when you had David Stern, who's about growing the game globally, the superstars showing up for the international play was a bigger agenda on the NBA's
For the NBA,
calendar
yeah,
per
yeah.
se.
Yeah.
But now they've kind of reached maximum saturation, right? Like, where are you really growing the game to? Like, basketball is everywhere now.
so that explains also that tournament that they're having
You don't have
too.
the league.
Half the
pushing for
league
this
is
anymore.
international now.
And now,
Yeah.
And that would take us into that whole Noah Lyles comment.
Yeah, what's going on with this cat? We're gonna hop over to another. Go ahead.
Well, it's
track
it's
shoes, right?
Yeah, it's the same. We're basically talking about the same thing. It's just a slightly different angle from it. He was the U.S. sprinter.
I know who he is. He's nasty though.
Yeah. I'm
He's
saying.
the guy. If anybody can say something, he's the guy.
But he said, what did he was after? What hurts me the most is I have to watch NBA finals and they have world champions on their head. World champions of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong, I love the U.S. at times, but this ain't the world
Why would he? Why?
because he's competing against the best in the world. But so the guys in the NBA now.
So what do you have a problem with what he said? Like what do you?
Well, 'cause he's saying that the world champion things is bullshit. Back in the day, it probably would have been. You could make that argument. You
saying
can't make
it's
that
top-
argument now.
He's saying it's not the top talent in the
No, he's just saying
basketball?
you're not competing against the world.
I don't know. I kind
And-
of like what he's saying.
What do you like? What do you? I'm still confused. What he's saying though.
Like I feel like
How
he's
can you
kinda-
call people world champions when they only compete in the United States?
Oh, I see exactly what he's saying, but that's not true. We just talked over how all the international players play. The best of that country plays in the NBA, right? So why would he?
Now I don't understand it. Back in the day, I can understand making the argument, but no one was
Yeah.
even. But when we did do the Olympics, it showed nobody was even close.
So did anybody say something to him?
Oh, all the NBA players are clapping back.
He better be careful, man, because cats will come out the woodwork.
I know Durant and everybody. They've been making little comments on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, and how often do they do the track and field?
There's tournaments all the time that we don't
Yeah,
know about.
but nobody-
we only
Yeah,
we
we
don't
don't
see
pay
about.
attention to
Imagine if this guy didn't participate in international play though, because he was too worried about the potential money he could make in the national tournaments.
Valid point.
You know what I mean? So
Valid point.
and this guy's getting judged for saying something Richard Sherman style, all hopped up right after the event. You know what I mean? Like they're killing him for this, and really, all he's saying is like, I just went out there and put it all on the line. I risked, my wallet, and I competed against supposedly the best that had been vetted in this, and I did it. I don't know. He's not the first. Greg Popovich has also said this before, like years ago. This guy's not the first one to bring this up. So, I don't know. To me, I've always kind of been on that point. Like, why isn't the Olympics considered the world champions? There's just so many ways to slice it up. Are you the world champions because you put the best starting 5 guys out there? Or are you the world champions because you're all from one nation trying to go out there and get it together? Like, I don't know. It's a divisive point. There's a lot of different angles and ways to tackle it.
So you don't like what he said?
I don't think it's accurate. I think
You like what he said?
I'm just saying I like certain
You're
parts.
okay
I like
with what
certain
he's
parts
saying.
of it. Yeah. Because I think to what we were talking about before, you're never going to get what you want to see as far as it comes to international play in basketball.
You're not gonna get the top.
It's the '92 Dream Team, right? With MJ
Yeah.
and Magic and Larry. You're never going to see that again. You're never going to see LeBron, Steph,
Yeah,
KD.
you won't see it.
They're never all going to come out. You know what I mean?
Yes, because of the money.
Because of the money, the league, capitalism, the state of the nation,
Yeah,
And the only
whatever,
reason they
whatever
had
it
to do
is.
that-
Like,
The only reason they had to do that again was because they had to show everybody, listen, we're not soft. We're still the best league. You know what I mean? Because they stopped it for those years, and they
Let me
dropped
ask
off.
you,
They weren't winning.
We,
Then they brought
we
them back.
missed one gold medal, right?
Yeah.
And everybody lost their minds. And
Yeah.
the whole thing. Did you guys watch that documentary at all? The Redeem Team
Yeah, yeah,
documentary.
yeah.
That thing is fire. When
Yeah,
they,
I did see
when
that.
they get into the Kobe part, oh my god! But they really, what happened with that collapse is like all of the older seasoned guys that had been playing in the system said that they didn't want to deal with like the 9/11 stuff. They didn't want to travel post 9/11, and so they all withdrew, and that left it to be on basically like the LeBron and D Wade draft class
Yeah.
to try to come in and save the
the
day
day.
on the fly. On the fly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, like, I like that the documentary brought that to light. Like, to bring it full circle to something else that we were talking about, we didn't have our best team out there, and everybody's killing us for losing. And it's kind of like this Lithuania situation. Like, those aren't the best players in the NBA
No.
that just lost that game. So,
And they're not even a team. These Lithuanians
exactly.
probably play all the time
all
together.
the time.
I don't know.
It goes back to back in the day when me and my friend Paul played all the time, and we would beat kids
Yeah.
that we should really had no business beating in basketball because
'Cause you knew each
we
other.
knew each other.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
The white man can't jump.
We couldn't.
It's that
We
whole,
certainly
you know,
couldn't.
like-
But you
Yeah, but because you know each other like that, and that's what all these international teams are like. They've been playing. They're brothers. They really are brothers. You know what I mean? Like, and it does mean something to those guys from like a country representation standpoint to want to be out there and go win. Like,
But
America's soft. These guys playing. The NBA's soft now. Like,
I can't rock with
they
you
don't
on
want to go out there.
that.
They don't want to go out there and bang for what? For what? They're not. If they wanted to, LeBron would be out there. Steph Curry would be out there.
No, it's
They-
the
they'd
money.
Really,
It's
they'd
the
really
money.
be out there.
It's the money.
These guys all got their money. If they wanted to be out there, they would be out there.
I just
But
think
it's-
the
This is
champion- a
America.
championship means
this
more
is
to them
America.
than
If you want to, you will. You can.
I'm
like,
not-
what's holding them back? Like, that's the. Don't even get. Don't.
What's
you're
the
gonna get me
benefit?
going the difference between LeBron and MJ right
No, I'm
now,
not gonna
because
do that. I'm
MJ
not
would
gonna
be
do
out
that. I'm not
there.
gonna do
He'd
that.
be out there.
No, the argument is, but you're not taking it. It's the same thing with the dunk contest. What is the benefit of this for you? Why would you do it?
They'd rather compete for a world championship than a FIBA
that's
championship.
Because there's a
What is a
competition
FIBA?
going down. You want to be the best. That's why. Like, fuck everything else.
They want to be the best in the NBA. They don't care about being the best in FIBA.
That's my point. You want to be the. It's like, how can I explain it? Why would I entertain? I did that. That's. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's almost like beneath them.
Yeah.
It is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this ain't FIFA. It's been around for forever. How long has FIBA been
Yeah,
around?
yeah,
This is the
like-
first year I heard about it.
I hate to sound like this.
It's all intertwined into international play.
You would almost look at Durant or LeBron and be like, why are you there? I would. I'd be like, why are you at a... It's almost like, why are you even there? This is... I don't know.
Well, it's like that in-season NBA tournament they're going to do this year.
Yeah.
Why? It's only for the money for the winners. I mean, that's all you get. That's all you're really getting out
That's
of it.
how I would... I don't know. I think that's how they look at it. I think that's how they would... That's part of it. I do agree with you. You should... I don't know. I don't know.
You ever seen the breakdown where they compare, like, I think it's like LeBron, MJ, and Kobe, right?
Yeah.
And it just has all of like the titles and the accolades.
Yeah.
You ever seen that graphic?
Go ahead. Break it down. You're going to break it down. Then you're
No,
gonna
I'm not gonna break anything down. I'm just wondering if you've seen. I'm not gonna be able to pull it up just on an easy search.
so many things.
But literally, it just got a picture of the three guys and then all the trophies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just like if it's another thing to stick on that graph if you're trying to go down as the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
And
as
is
the
there
GOAT.
anybody concerned still with going down as the greatest of all time? Like, that's kind of like where I'm at. Like, where's your drive to play in this? Is because there's another chip out there to go get.
Just go get it.
Yeah, like.
But it's still going to
You
be
know, like-
debated. You know what I mean? Everybody's still going to be. I don't care what LeBron does. it still seems like you're going to be debated who's the greatest of all time. It took Brady to go to multiple Super Bowls over Montana for that people actually stopped putting Brady
They still
over
don't.
Montana.
They still don't give.
Some cats still don't. It's a preference.
I would say like 50% of the public still will not give Brady his flowers on that.
I wouldn't go that far.
I
No.
would even go 51%.
You think 51%?
If you pull that Patriots hate, that Spygate hate, that cheater association, people hold on to that. Like, go to some place that's not New England and ask that question. I guarantee you it's like a down the middle split.
My
Like,
argument, you're saying that if I question somebody from somewhere else besides San Francisco, they're gonna say Joe Montana over Brady.
somebody else, or like they have some oddball, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, like,
I don't know.
and then they
It's undeniable to
hold
me.
Belichick against Brady in the debate. You know what I mean?
you might be right because I did do that, but it got to a point
You
where
can't do it
You
anymore.
couldn't do it no more. You just couldn't. You couldn't.
don't-
You could, especially that Atlanta Super Bowl.
yeah.
I would be like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" And then
Let's go over the receivers in that Atlanta Super Bowl.
exactly.
Let's go over
Who
that.
Was it Gronk? Was it Edelman? Who was it? Who was the receiver?
Edelman, Amendola, and Chris Hogan.
Yeah. And Hogan was catching
And I'm pretty sure Gronk played in that Super Bowl. He
Yeah.
wasn't hurt for that
Wasn't
one.
Hogan supposed to be a tight end?
I don't.
Like
Nah,
a
he ended up-
hybrid receiver.
I think the other tight end is Martellus Bennett, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
the other
I
Bennett
think he
guy,
was.
because he misses like the go-to touchdown. It goes through his hands in
Yeah.
the back. It almost gets picked off, if I'm not mistaken.
But you
either.
couldn't
But
deny it after. You couldn't. You
there
just
were
couldn't.
still deniers after that. I feel like. What Super Bowl was that? That was 5. Is that the one that passes Montana?
I think it was the one. Either he broke even.
It is 5 because then they lose to the Eagles, then they beat the Rams, and then that's 6.
I
That's
think
6,
it's
and
the
then he
one
wins.
He broke even, but it was the way that he came back. That game, I don't know. We're getting carried away. Speaking of football, I want to jump over to
What a
this.
transition!
Yeah, that was smooth, baby.
Smooth.
Yo. What do you guys think about the Dion thing? We gotta talk about it. Come on, baby. Come on. I know where P's at with it.
I mean, I've always loved Dion, so.
How far back? You remember him playing? How old? You're not that old. See,
I think,
remember
honestly,
him
I think
in
it was more about the shoes back in the day. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like he had some of the most fire kicks, and that drew me to start watching him. Like and the starter jackets back in the day. If you didn't have like the Niners or the Cowboys starter jacket,
Yeah.
you know, like.
So what do you
So-
think about he basically, from what I'm hearing, he coached these kids all the way up from I think Pop 1 or high school or something.
Yeah.
And he keeps.
I mean,
like,
they were a
leapfrogging over.
one-win team last year, weren't they? And
But it wasn't this squad.
No, it's the whole team.
He just brought like
He-
the Jackson
How
State-
many people went into the transfer portal? I don't know
That's-
that.
it was
I don't
It was a
know
record
that
number.
stat,
It was a
but
record
yeah.
number.
My argument is, how can he do that? Isn't there like some kind of rules in place that
Well,
you have
apparently
to
not.
follow? That's my argument.
I don't know. Dude, the college football is like the most scrutinized rule-following
Yeah.
thing. You think that he just doing something and they're like,
Here's the
oh.
thing. He basically tells the people that were on the squad, "You're not going to be playing next year. Open up the transfer portal. Take a shot somewhere else because you're not going to be playing."
That's
So
my-
then they all
can
just-
Can you do that?
Yeah.
I thought you had to take.
He's a coach. He can tell who's going to play, who's not going to get playing time. So
Or
when
even who's
you
gonna
know
get scholarships,
yeah,
right?
when you know you're not going to get a playing time, you're like, all right, I better go somewhere else to try to showcase myself because I'm not going to see the field.
I'm questioning. I'm like, yo, and
you
his son look crazy.
Yeah, but are
Five-
you gonna, so at least
$500
Dion was
yards?
honest about it.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Would you rather your employee be honest about it, or or just like pull mind games with you and like push you to make you want to enter the transfer portal instead? At least he was straight up.
Oh,
like,
I'm not.
It was
disputing
brutally
that.
straight up with them.
but hey, that's
not-
life.
I
That's
don't-
coaching. Like, welcome to the
Yeah.
real world. Nobody cares about you except for you. So go make your life happen wherever you can find an
This kid's
opportunity.
fired up.
Because
He's fired up.
I got some guys that want to make their way with me. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, why you're gonna take over?
I see you, Lou. I see you, Pat.
Like,
Listen to my boy Ryan. He's fired up.
you're gonna take over the army and like not try to bring your guys with you. Like, I don't know. You can't fault them for that.
Yeah, but I'm not faulting him. I'm saying, how did he do it? I ain't say why.
He just
we
told
know
you how
why.
he did.
You just said it. Like
He just told you.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like it was just.
Yeah, it was.
It was that easy.
It was that easy. Everybody knew what the writing was on the wall.
That's what Dion said. It was that easy.
And here's the other thing too. What about the dudes that were there the year before? You just automatically was like, yo,
He didn't care.
you're out. You're out. You're gonna be second string or third string. You feel what I'm
Not,
saying?
no, you're not even going to be. You are not going to be playing on my team.
You
so-
think he? Nah, you can't kick him out of school.
No,
Kick him off
the
the team.
team. He doesn't have to play him. Wow. You can still go to the school if you want to pay the tuition.
I don't know. If that didn't like, I view that though too.
So you
as,
think it was a total restructure?
I don't think it was. That's what it was.
It was a hostile. He just walked in, Steve Jobs style, and just took over.
Have you seen not any of the interviews that he's done? He doesn't give a shit.
what about the guys though that he said that to?
Nah,
in
you're
that
hating on
meeting?
him though. Peace hating on him. Peace hating
Yeah,
on him.
he was on my Cowboys and still never liked him. I don't like cocky people.
Why?
He's just too cocky.
No, but I don't like him either. But if you can do it and back it up, that's when I'm rocking with you.
I'm not saying I never appreciated his talent or what he does, how good he was. He
Yeah.
was one of the best defensive backs to ever play the game. I just don't like his personality. I never did.
How do you want him to be?
He can be however he wants to be. I don't have to like him.
No, I'm saying, how did you want him to just be like quiet? And
No.
just- you know
Michael
what I mean?
Irvin wasn't quiet,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what I'm
like
saying.
Michael Irvin.
That's my point. I'm saying, and Michael Irvin was obnoxious and loud too, but you're giving him a pass and
Yeah.
not Dion.
Yeah.
I don't know, baby. I don't know. But anyway,
You don't. All Michael Irvin's done is get in trouble in his post NFL career.
That's
all
my-
Dion's trying to do is turn boys into men.
that's
you know what
my
I mean?
point.
Like,
That's what I always
like,
have with people when they start making comparisons. I'm like, you know, he did this, and this, right? And Dion's just talking smack about the game so far. I could be wrong. There's no scandals about him.
I want to make one other point before we get off that thing. What about like the 5 to 10 guys that heard Dion say that in that first meeting, right? And then went up to him and said, "Not me, coach. Not me."
What do you mean not me? Not me. I'm not going. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, like that's how to sort out. Like, do you really want to play here or not? Like,
Wow,
what if you just
I didn't even think-
separated?
yeah, I get
like,
what you're saying.
Yeah, like yo, like
He probably threw that seed out to see who would come up to him and do that. Rudy. But anyway, we're getting carried away. Y'all didn't see the game though?
No.
That was
they trounced him, dude. He had
no,
the,
they didn't trounce them though.
No.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
It
That was a
was
good
like a
game.
3-point game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the way that the problem is,
There's no defense, man. Everybody was
yeah,
just.
it was all offense.
That's what the game is, though.
His kid threw for 500 yards.
Yeah, like that's what
They
I'm.
were
Their
like
offensive stats
but
are
they
crazy.
were underdogs, going like 40-something point underdogs or something. They were supposed to get smoked, and they came out with the.
But it's also didn't the other team was like, didn't they lose the national title last year or something
Yeah,
like that?
TCU.
So it's like, why wouldn't they be ranked like that? You know, like how many returning seniors did they have? Probably a lot. Like they're not a huge school, right? Like how many people went?
Nah, I think a lot of those cats left that team from the last year.
You still have that,
Because they
like,
were ranked 17. It was
Yeah,
still
it
not
was still
ranked top
legit.
10. Yeah.
you still have that like winning environment though.
But
you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Colorado's
saying
not
like why?
ranked.
Yeah, but you don't have anything to base the ranking off of. Now that they've put something on tape, I bet you their rank is going to skyrocket now. That's how it goes in college. You take somebody down and you just move up. Like
So you think they're gonna be in the top 25 next week?
They were so far off the radar, especially early in the season.
They gotta win. They
Let
gotta,
them-
they
yeah,
gotta
let
A
them-
win
lot of
for a
teams
couple.
fall to the first couple of weeks of the season, and then they're juggernauts the rest of the season.
let them beat
You'll
the
see.
people that they should beat and pick off somebody else, and they'll start getting up there. Like
I don't know who they got next week, but
Yeah, I'm curious to see like the rankings of their schedule, their upcoming schedule.
Yo, Deion's
Because Deion's kind of been outspoken about scheduling like soft games, I think too.
he did.
Right? Like I think he like
did.
called out like Alabama
Because
for
did you
like
watch
saying,
some
"Oh,
of
we're
those
not playing."
scores? They look like basketball scores.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's,
saw 2 70-point games, one 80-point game.
dude. Yeah,
That
but
was nuts.
even the teams that have like the first round defensive talent,
Yeah.
they're giving up what 30, 40 points a game now. Like they're just they're tailoring the game to be more offensively driven. Like, and we remember the old football, and it's just never going to be like that again.
All right, so they got Nebraska coming up.
Now, if they beat Nebraska, there's a problem.
Nebraska's not ranked, but
Nebraska's a good
Colorado
team.
State. But then after that, they got 15th ranked Oregon, 6th ranked USC, then Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA. They're playing 4 currently ranked top 25 teams in their schedule.
I think that
over
would-
5 actually.
Mid 25, right?
So if they beat Nebraska, and because it also goes by how you beat them too. You know what I'm saying? They beat TCU, but only by like 3 points. If they go out and smack Nebraska, I think that
And it changes if TCU goes on and doesn't lose a game for the rest of the season.
Exactly.
There's
So
a lot
it's
of
a
times that
variance
happens that
of it.
first week.
It's a
And
variance
they
of
probably taking them light too.
You think so?
They talked a lot of crap about, Colorado's just going to struggle. Like Deion's not going to, he's not going to make the impact he thought he was. So I think maybe TCU took him a little bit light.
I felt like
Maybe, I don't know.
This is why I feel. I could be way off base. I felt like Colorado went in there and just took it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Maybe they did take them light. I don't know. It didn't look like it because I watched the game. They were trying to. TCU was trying to win that game, and they were going back and forth. I felt like Deion. They just went down there. And he was on a mission.
But I just think TCU maybe got in the game and didn't realize we were going to be in for a fight. Type of
Okay, I'll
thing.
give you that.
They got
I'll
in the
give you
ring
that.
and like, oh shit, this guy's
see you,
trying
Kev.
to win.
I
I
see
mean,
you,
this
Kev.
is college football, dude. Like these kids are partying,
Yo,
making
share the
terrible
link, share the link,
decisions.
Kev.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But what else we got, baby? What else we talking about?
You wanted to talk about Trey Lance. I know that.
Let me talk about Trey Lance real quick, because I feel like everybody's talking about him, but nobody's really diving into. I want to ask you, because you're a Cowboys guy, why did you guys take him?
Take a chance on a potential talent for not much risk. Basically, I think that's what they did.
What's the matter with the Rush Cat?
The same thing. He doesn't have the upside potential that Lance has. We went over this last year. I argued about the kid was putting up 150 yards a game passing.
But you think Trey
And
Lance?
you were like,
you think Trey Lance is gonna do better than Cooper Rush if it came to it?
no, but there's potential. There's a higher ceiling for Trey Lance than
So
there
you're
is
saying
for Cooper
doesn't
Rush.
have a ceiling.
He doesn't have the ceiling that Trey Lance potentially could have.
Well, why did Okay, back to the other. Why did San Fran let him go?
I don't know. How do you invest? What are they? Three first rounders and a third rounder?
Yeah.
For a guy, give him 2 years, barely any playing time because he got hurt, and you give up on him? Like, is that a Shanahan thing? A lot of people said Shanahan had something against him after, and just because how do you take that investment? It's an investment.
Yeah.
3 first rounders.
And from what I'm hearing, they just was like.
And
bye-bye.
he was behind Sam Darnold on the bench.
Let me ask you this: do you think it has something to do with what Brock did last year?
Obviously, it has. Brock became the number 1 starter, but will Brock repeat that? I think they could potentially get, and San Fran can get in more trouble with this.
I heard Jimmy G somewhere. He said, because he got booted out of there, and he was saying, there's always been like some craziness going on in like their trades and stuff like that. He said he never understands it.
Jimmy G was out the door until Trey Lance got hurt, and he had to take over again. Wow. Because Trey Lance started the season.
He left them like high and dry too. Because why didn't he come back?
Who? Jimmy G?
Yeah, when they went on when Purdy got hurt.
Well, everybody was
he
hurt
was still
at the end of the year.
was hurt
Everybody.
too,
Nah, I think
They
I think he could have came back and like his agents were like, nah.
No, we want you. We're gonna go get paid.
Yeah. Because what did he just get? He just got like another 60-something million for 3 years.
Well, in that game at the end of the season, they had no quarterbacks. Remember that. everybody was out hurt.
Yeah.
Purdy couldn't throw the ball for 10 yards.
I just think Shanahan doesn't want a quarterback controversy. So he's just saying, all right, like I believe these are the guys that I believe in.
Yeah,
and
but if Brock isn't what he was last year, because guys flash, and then they might not ever be the same again. So now you got him and Sam Darnold.
And you seen what happened to you last year.
Sam Darnold's already
playoff game.
gone through the Trey Lance kind of thing though, of being like a discarded first round pick.
Yeah.
And just being relegated to kind of like a backup now. You know what I mean? So
No, I'm not saying.
I think there's just less BS to deal with this configuration.
But
it's either who do you believe in more, Purdy or Lance, and Darnold's the backup regardless.
but if Purdy goes down, your season's done.
You think they're done?
I don't think you're gonna be able
yeah,
to do
for
it with
minimal.
Sam Darnold.
I just looked up. He's only owed like $6 million over the next 2 years. Trey Lance is
Yeah.
like it's like $1 million something this or
5 years
and then
next
yeah, like so you're not even saving any real and what they get back from a third round pick,
Fourth round.
Like that's brutal.
So
That's brutal for, like,
is gonna
San
keep
Francisco.
They're gonna keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who really does that? That's kind of an oddity unless you have like a gadget guy to roll with 3.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying.
If you can afford it on the roster, like the Patriots had to keep 11 linemen, so they can't.
I don't see them cutting Cooper Rush though.
No, they're not. He's the backup.
They're gonna keep 3.
Yeah.
So if you're okay, I'm gonna flip it. If you're Dak, how should you feel about this?
Jerry didn't even talk to Dak about this. He didn't talk to the coach McCarthy either. He just made the move. He saw an opportunity to get potentially talented person and bring him in for minimal loss. So he just did it.
I think a lot of people are misinterpreting how these things go down too. Like they get like the owner or agents, they're calling people all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whoever they probably
Well, look-
called up Jerry Jones and was like, "Yo," and they're probably working out all kinds of stuff. And then he's like, "Well, we'll give you Lance if you give us." People don't understand
Well, once
how easy that can happen.
But I just think that goes to show what they were willing to move Lance for. Just goes to show that they just were like, we don't want to deal with this mess anymore.
And I heard Dallas had the best pick on the table.
Is Trey Lance a mess?
I think it's kind of one of those situations. It's not just Trey Lance. It's the intermingling of that quarterback room. Like I think keeping Trey Lance under Purdy creates more like media-driven like quarterback controversy if Purdy doesn't get out to the start.
You're telling Purdy, you're the guy. by
Yeah,
getting
like
rid
you're
of this guy.
you're just betting
I see
on
what
you're
you're
betting on
saying.
Purdy and you're making it like. It's kind of like one of the where Brady supposedly was like, I get Jimmy G out of here. You know what I mean? Like he's just nipping at my heels a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You know how that. I get what you're saying.
And that's a crazy thing when Jimmy G filled in and had those good games. People went crazy. It's like, did you forget who Tom Brady is?
But there's also a thing that Jimmy left them. Like he said he wasn't going to play because he had a hurt wrist, like right before game time or something like that. Like the season that it was him and who's the guy that went to the Colts? He started Jacoby Brissett, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
It was the year Brady got suspended for 4 games, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
Garoppolo comes out, he plays 2 games, I think, and then there's something that happens where he tells him right before I'm not starting, and Jacoby Brissett was already hurt, and he said I'll take the rock. So like, I think Jimmy lost a lot of guys in the locker room with like that behavior, and it made him a lot easier to
he's
send on his
fragile.
way.
He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he has.
So the quarterback position, let's jump into it, is the center focal position of the team, obviously, right?
Unfortunately.
So, should he have said something to Dak?
He doesn't have to. He's the owner. If Dak's secure in his abilities, why do you have to say anything to Dak? You're bringing a kid that was a third stringer
Yeah.
in San Fran.
So,
But it does leave flexibility if they need to walk away from Dak, and that could be a little bit of leverage in contract times. If Dak's asking, because Dak has 2 years left, they have a lot of money. If they don't restructure him and re-sign him to a longer deal, he's going to have a lot of dead money for the Cowboys if they let him go. So maybe this gives him a little bit of negotiating room with Dak that he doesn't want $50 million a year, just $45 a year. I don't know.
Does Trey Lance play a single down for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team this year? Does he?
If there's Yeah, I'll say yeah. Wow. Because there might be a game they just want to get him in, or maybe he's hurt. Maybe Dak. I don't want Dak to get hurt.
Like, does he start?
No.
You're saying
Or you're
doesn't
just
start.
saying, does he get
just
he
said
get
it
game?
down. Play it down.
He play?
Oh, play it down.
He
Does
just
he
said
play
I'm
a
going by what
single
you
down?
said.
Yeah.
You think he plays?
Yeah, at the very, if you're keeping a third quarterback on your team, you better.
No, but I'm saying there's years that go by. You have a backup quarterback. He doesn't see the field.
No.
If the starting
The
guy's
backup
playing.
doesn't.
But in a
the
blowout-
But yes.
third string quarterback, you better be learning how to catch some balls or play
That's what
on
I'm
special teams or be a gadget guy or something. We're not keeping you as a third quarterback on the team.
When have you ever seen a here's what I'm saying. Unless the guy gets hurt.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that's
if
what-
Dak doesn't get hurt, let me restructure that.
Yeah.
Does Trey Lance play it down? Because then you're going to have to explain. Because Cooper Rush is the second dude.
Okay, yeah.
And it's
Play it
back to
down
maybe
as
it's a
the
gadget guy.
quarterback.
Yes.
If he doesn't get hurt.
That's my point.
There's
No.
a chance. There's a chance. No, there's a chance he won't if there's no injuries.
He's not going to play.
But he will. He's learning a new system. He's getting a fresh start.
I'll
so-
even argue you're going to forget about this if he does. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, they do have Trey Lance.
And maybe he'll be. Yeah. Oh no, they made such a big deal out of it.
It's such like a media story about giving up like the 3 first-round
Because he
picks,
was
and
a
like they're
first
just
round
never
pick.
not going to
Yeah.
talk about
Trey
it.
Lance
Like,
was that San Fran's first pick? Was he a first round pick?
They traded 3 first rounders to
To
get
get
up.
him.
you
to
look
get
at
him.
pull the list up of the talent that
Blitzy, I see you, baby. I see you, Davey.
the talent that came up after him is insane. It's insane. It's like all the good receivers. Micah Parsons is on that list. Like,
What was that? 20.
So that's another thing too that might burn you in your mind because you're looking at all these other dudes that got picked after you picked this guy, and you're like, come on, man.
it's crazy how that kind of falls like that. Like some of the best organizations, like they put it all together, and they got that last pick. The Eagles did it too with not picking Justin Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
Like they had that pick. They moved up and they took the wrong receiver. Right? Imagine if they
But we still made out, baby.
I forgot that was a sour subject for you. I forgot about that.
We still doing all right, though.
You're still doing all right, but if you had Jefferson on your team, you'd be killing it. It's
But
the
I'll
same
take-
thing.
I'll
like
take the Freeman and Brown cat.
I think I would even argue that mess up for the Eagles is worse. Like let's find this
Don't
list.
do that. Don't do that.
I'm telling you, like the talent that
No, wait
San
a-
Francisco missed out on some talent, right?
Yeah. And
But-
you took Trey Lance.
But if you put Justin Jefferson on the Eagles right now, right? Like make all the other substitutions that you want on this list, and I don't think that you can build a better team than what the Niners could by adding the players taken after Trey Lance.
Well, we're getting carried away. We're gonna take a quick
take a break.
and then we're gonna come back with we're gonna pick some games, just the highlight games, like the marquee games. Come back, Kings. My man Ryan's in the building. He's fired up, and of course, the man with the master plan.
Let me just run this list off.
we can't go to break. Go ahead. We can't go to break.
Jamar
No.
Chase, Jalen Waddle, J.C. Horn, Patrick
Boom.
Surtain, Devonta Smith, Justin Fields, Micah Parsons. So take any of those players and put them on the 49ers instead of Trey Lance right now. And then put Jefferson on the Eagles.
what's crazy?
And which team?
Look how stacked they are, and they gave up 3 first rounders.
Yeah, like
Who's the guy
and
there?
then-
John,
and then
who's the guy there?
the-
Lynch?
the-
That's your boy.
No.
John Lynch is your guy.
I mean, I like John Lynch as a player.
from Tampa. He's the guy there, right?
He had a short stay in Foxborough, too. A lot of people forget about that.
What is he doing?
He suited up for a real America's team.
What?
Just like Ezekiel Elliott.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
I don't know. He's always been kind of wild, right? Like
How
they've
you
been making
overlook these
crazy.
dudes? How did you overlook? See, they looked at it's like the cop that you shine the light. They looked at the shiny object and was like, I gotta have that.
I mean, it all kind of had to fall with them getting somebody who they didn't believe in Garoppolo, right? Right? Because Jimmy, they signed Jimmy G.
I don't know why
And
they
started
Jimmy G.
started putting a good team around him. I don't know, maybe because he tells you he's hurt 3 hours before kickoff time.
He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, like
You need a quarterback. that's
Doesn't he
gonna
have
be
like
there.
like I watched that game with my pop. My pop's is a Niners fan.
Yeah,
and they were ahead in that Super Bowl, right? In the first half, and they just blew it. They blew that game. Who does he overthrow? He has a couple bad overthrows in that game that would have like sealed it. Like
Who is it? Who is he in
there's
the
like
Super Bowl
a
against?
Welker drop moment in that where like he throws a bad ball, like where
Jimmy
it's an
G was
easy
in the
catch.
Super Bowl? No, Jimmy G
Yeah,
was
they
in the
lost.
Super Bowl.
They lost to the Chiefs in their.
Yes. Yes.
Mahomes' first Super Bowl. They're
was against
beating
the
him. They're
Niners.
beating him in the first half. Like
And
I
you
could
could-
see joy
I-
in my
I
dad's
see it in
face.
my- I
I'm
see it
happy
in my
for him.
head now.
And they just choke it all away. Like
It
yeah,
was Jimmy. It was all on Jimmy G.
yeah. He did
I
a
was
couple
at my
bad
man's
overthrows.
crib
I'm telling
watching
you.
that. Yup, I remember now.
He misses Kittle down the field, and he misses. I
Overthrew him,
forget.
right?
I miss. There's one other receiver that he misses too. I can't remember the guy's name.
But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back on the opposite side. We're getting carried away here. Come back, Kings, baby.
In the lounge on Lex, 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 in the lounge on Lex.
What we doing? We jumping into the of course, what's this week? Thursday?
Thursday, start of the season, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Who we got Thursday night?
We're gonna see. We got the Lions against the Chiefs at the Chiefs. Opening night.
So are we jumping right into the picks? Let me get my pen and paper. So
Yeah, we're gonna do picks. We're gonna highlight a few games. We're gonna just go down, pick each game,
Sorry, guys.
and then highlight a few.
I'm gonna use the opposite side.
Yeah,
I
get-
got stuff on this side too, but I can squeeze it in right here. Yep. Boop. First game, who y'all got? If you're a betting man, who is it?
Lions and Chiefs at Chiefs.
Who's gonna go first?
Chiefs. You gotta go Chiefs opening night at home.
They ain't
That's a good game to start though.
who for Detroit
For
or
both
the
of them.
Chiefs?
Well, for both of them, it's a good game, good matchup to start the season off. Detroit's got aspirations of playoffs this year.
I got Chiefs. I got Chiefs.
Ryan, what you got?
I'm not even gonna look at it. I just had to make a draft pick real quick. I'm sorry about
That's all
that.
right. Do your thing. Do your dance.
But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't even care who they got playing receiver. I can't see Jared Goff and the Lions and their inspirational coach doing much against the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
No, I mean not opening night especially.
Do they do like any kind of ceremony or anything?
Yeah,
What is it, like the ring ceremony or something?
I don't know what they got planned. I know when the Pats used to do it.
Yeah.
That first game.
That first game, just to embarrass whoever.
Yeah.
What up, Jess? I see you, baby.
I've been
Thanks
to
for tuning in. Share
one
the
of
link.
those to one of those Patriots games, and it was the Chiefs. We played the Chiefs,
Yeah.
and I think we lost.
That was another infamous game when Brady went out. That was a Chiefs game
Yeah,
too?
Pollard hit him.
Yeah.
That
He
was
out
we
for
were
that.
we were in a fantasy league back in the day at Fridays, and that was
Yeah.
the first time I ever had Brady on my team, and I
you
remember
got-
just being like,
first game.
"What? This is how the season starts."
You didn't do bad. What's the next game, P?
Next game is Tennessee Titans against the New Orleans Saints.
I got Tennessee.
I'm going with the Saints on that.
You got Saints. Who you got, Ryan?
I mean, as I look for a new NFL home, I love what Mike Vrabel's been doing, so I'm going with Mike Vrabel and the Titans on that one.
Who you got next, P?
Buccaneers at the Vikings.
Oof.
What do you mean, oof?
I think this is more even than you think. You don't think so? Or you taking Minnesota?
Minnesota, yeah.
Are you taking Minnesota hands down?
I take Minnesota by 10.
Okay, I'm taking Minnesota, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think they're gonna smoke them.
Here's what Minnesota has going.
Go ahead.
It's a daytime game.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins tends to blow all those big time, you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
like prime time performances.
Yeah.
You like that?
I think it's gonna be tight, but I don't want to pick against my boys, so I'm gonna roll with the Bucks.
Oh wow. Okay. What you got next, P?
Cardinals at the Commanders. That's a great
It's gonna
matchup.
be a barn burner.
Fantastic.
It's gonna be a barn burner. Now watch one of these teams wind up being really good this year.
Do you really think?
I'm serious,
I mean,
man.
I'll go with
What is
Commanders
this, like
having
the
a better shot.
two like 5th-round draft picks starting against
I'm
each
saying-
other in
I'm
their
saying
first?
The season never goes how you think it's gonna go.
I'm surprised the NFL didn't put this banger on Thursday night.
But I'm gonna take the Cardinals because the Commanders are in my division. I'm taking the Cardinals because I want the Commanders to lose.
Man, what a battle of dysfunction. I don't know.
It's a new era. It's a new era for
I
the
gotta go
Commanders,
with the
though.
Commanders on this one. Yeah,
I'm going with the Commanders too.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're better. I think they're a better team.
But the Cardinals gave Kyler Murray all that money. He's not even playing, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Who?
Something shady going on with that too. Something shady's going on with that.
They got to find a way out of that
I
deal,
think
man.
he actually has a Fortnite tournament that weekend, so he couldn't.
Yeah,
play the
like-
game.
But go ahead. What we got next, baby?
We got the Niners against the Steelers at Pittsburgh.
Oh.
I got Niners. I got the Niners. Are we really thinking about this?
Yeah,
Really?
if you can think about what the Bucks and the Vikings, I can think about this.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm rolling with the Niners on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Niners, but the Steelers' defense is really good,
All right.
and their offense is going to be a lot better.
It pains me to say it because they've been an adversary of mine for a long time. But Mike Tomlin is like an underrated coach. Like I feel like he doesn't get the flowers that he deserves.
I agree with you 110%.
I think just like we were all tight on Vikings and Tampa Bay, like this will be like a tighter game. I think
gonna be
than
tighter,
we
yeah.
all think.
Yeah. Who we got next?
Bengals against the Browns.
I got.
The Battle of Ohio.
That's a division game, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna split, I think. But I think is Joe Burrow playing? Is he
Yeah.
playing? I got Bengals.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
mean,
one of
what
those
are
things-
the? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I think it's one of those, he got hurt, but it was one of those things where they didn't have to do preseason. He didn't have, just let him rehab and be ready for game.
Yeah, I think it
one.
was like a high ankle sprain or something that he was
I
dealing
got
with.
Bengals.
So
I got the Bengals.
yeah, I don't know how you don't take the Bengals on that.
Bengals. I got the Bengals.
You got Bengals.
All right, Panthers at the Falcons.
Another barn burner.
Another division game.
I got Panthers because I like Bryce Young. I like him. I think he's gonna make some noise. Panthers.
It's a toss-up for me.
What a Thursday night game of a banger.
I got the Panthers.
Oh,
We did this last year when we was looking for games. There's so many weeks, like so many turds.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Falcons just based on continuity. I think those guys have been together longer.
No, they just brought in who's the quarterback?
Yeah, but they had
Carr.
him. He had a year. No, Carr's on the
Carr.
Saints.
Saints.
Who's the quarterback? Davis Mills?
No.
They
That-
just-
He
Dalton.
would
Isn't
be-
it Dalton?
no, is that where Jimmy G went? Wait, no, where Jimmy G
Oh
go?
my God, what is happening here? What is happening here? Can't pull the guy's name out, but they drafted him last year, so he had a red shirt year. That team's been together longer. They didn't have any upheaval in the coaching or anything like that. And you're bringing in a first-round quarterback with a new coaching staff and all this stuff at the Panthers. Like, I don't know.
I got Panthers.
I'll go with the Falcons.
I'll go with Panthers because they were playing well in the
I got
last
the
year.
Panthers. Wakanda forever.
All right. Texans against the Ravens. This should not be a real problem for any of us.
I got Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
I have Lamar in both my fantasy leagues. I'm a big-time Ravens fan this year.
I think they're gonna make noise.
It's hard in that division to make noise, though.
Yeah. Why? Was
Why?
it Pittsburgh, Denver,
Cincinnati.
and Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like a Lamar clone as their backup quarterback too. So
does,
like
Baltimore does?
yeah. So like, why if they're gonna do those scheduled runs and stuff like that? Like I feel like they got another guy that they can get beat up. You know, like I don't know, they can be tricky.
Yeah.
All
Who
right.
else?
Jags at the Colts. That should be another.
Jags. I got Jags.
Yeah.
I got Jags. Even though
Colts are an absolute mess.
are they? Really?
They were a mess last year. Now Taylor's going to be out the first 4 games. They couldn't trade
Is
him.
he holding out?
And your boy Nate was mad because he picked him in the draft. I said, you rolled the dice not knowing
Is he
what was going
holding?
on.
Is Taylor holding out, or he's hurt?
He's on the PUP list for the first 4 games of the season. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that sounds like some
He's hoping to get traded.
Yeah, I think he wants out. I think
No,
This
what do you
matchup is
think?
more about the-
They actively told him, go find a trade. I was like, I'm thinking, I'm hearing rumors that possibly, no.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why he's not playing. If they have him on like some kind of pup list or something,
Yeah.
like he's injured. No, that's not it. That's what I'm saying. But anyway,
Packers at the Bears.
the Bears.
Good matchup.
I got the Bears because I don't trust Jordan Love. The Bears.
I think that's a tough one too.
Yeah.
The Bears.
I don't know. You got me down for the Jags on that last one.
Did you take the Jags?
I don't know. I don't know if I talked about it.
You didn't jump in. You got Jags or no?
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Jags.
this is the
I thought that was an easy one.
yeah. I like Trevor Lawrence.
You like them?
Yeah.
I don't.
Shout out to my man Jake for like trading him for nothing in my Dynasty Fantasy
I don't
League.
like
I don't know what you were
Trevor
doing
Lawrence.
when you did that.
I don't like Trevor
And
Lawrence.
Packers and Bears, I feel like
That's a tighter game.
yeah, like Jordan Love has had all this red shirt time to learn. I've heard nothing but good things coming out of their camp, but at the same time,
Justin Fields, baby.
Yeah.
The Bears are all field.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the Packers are a better team, so.
yeah, but didn't
Yeah.
they make a trade? Didn't they get a receiver at the end of the year?
Who did?
The Bears,
yeah, they
Didn't they
did
get like
somebody.
DJ Moore from the Panthers
Yeah.
or something like that?
But
So I'm taking the Bears.
The Bears. I'm taking Bears.
I'll be Packers just to be different.
All right.
Big game next. Eagles against the Patriots.
Y'all want me to go first or y'all want me to go
You
last?
can go last. Let's hear your thoughts. No, actually, go first so we can rip you apart on what you might say.
I think the Eagles. Is it up here in New England?
Yeah.
I think they come up here and Matt Jones is going to be injured by halftime
Nice.
because the defense.
And
I'm looking at the front four, our linebackers.
You
They're
mean-
going to be getting
Bro,
after
they
him.
stole that kid in the draft too.
They're going to
kid
be
who- the
getting
kid who
after
fell?
him. They're going to be getting after him. I'm not even talking about the offense yet. Let's stick with the defense for a little while. They're going to put so much pressure. If you're New England, what are you going to do? How are you game planning for this squad?
especially if they have
And I'm
tons of
not
problems
just-
with their line.
and Philly's my squad. Don't get it messed up. I'm trying not to. I am biased, but I'm trying not to be biased. What are they going to do?
One of your best strengths is one of their biggest weaknesses right
Yeah.
now is their offensive line.
They're just gonna let it fly. I would
Come at them.
and I would just blitz every down.
Well, and that's why they're planning on doing a lot more RPOs this year. That whole Bama style offense, that's what O'Brien's bringing. But that will help. I mean, that will help a quarterback
Is that
offset
gonna
the
help
rush
them?
a little bit.
Nah.
And listen, but you're not taking them down on Tom Brady Day.
He's coming back,
Tom
right?
Brady Day, baby.
The Eagles ruined Tom Brady's day before. They're about
They're
to do
gonna
it
ruin
again.
They're gonna. And
They're
then,
going to help us be one step closer to drafting Caleb Williams next year.
Who do they
See, that's the
have?
problem. You're not going to be that bad.
I think the Eagles beat them.
Easily.
I think they beat them by 10. Eagles. I got
Really?
Eagles. I got Eagles. And what's their answer for our offense too? What is their answer?
37-20.
I said this to you.
About
I said this to
37,
you.
17,
I
something
don't know
like
if you
that,
remember me
yep.
saying this to you. I think it was last week. The Patriots, their season, they basically the way that it's structured, they're going into games hoping that people get hurt. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know what they're hoping for.
That's because I don't think game planning. You have no answer for at least the first 4 games.
Last year, because of injuries, I don't think they faced like one good starting quarterback.
Yeah, like they have no answer. I
And
don't
even
think they
their
have an
defense,
answer.
even if their defense becomes great by the end of the season, a lot of times it takes them a little time for that defense to gel
Yeah.
and stop becoming their defense. So yeah, especially early, it's going to be.
They do usually have like that first 4 weeks of the season, even when you had Brady. You know what I mean? Like any Patriots fan would be like, "It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting it together.
Yeah.
Well, they better
We're
put
gonna be all right."
They better put something together.
Yeah,
Nah,
that-
you gotta be starting in the hole on that.
You had that cheat code. You had the cheat code to get out.
And like, just imagine, like, one thing I'm gonna say, we just wrecked on the Eagles for missing on that pick.
Yeah.
But the guy, I can't remember his name. He's like a defensive guy from Georgia, and he had that incident with like the street racing or something.
Yeah, Carter.
And he fell.
Jalen
and
Carter.
you guys got him, and
Scooped him up.
They actually,
maybe that will balance that out.
Scooped him
I
up.
heard. I heard the Commanders might change their name. I heard
Rosen.
the Eagles might change their name to the Eagles/Bulldogs/
Oh yeah.
Who you got? You already know who I got. I think the defense is gonna be too much.
Nah.
I ain't even gonna talk about the offense. I think the defense will be too much.
I think 37-20 that I stated before is a conservative offensive number for the Eagles and a hopeful offensive number for the Patriots.
What time's that game?
Like-
Anybody know?
Yeah, I know. 4:25.
Where am I gonna? I'm gonna be at Taco. Come down and holler at your boy. Give me the business. All you Patriots fans, show up Sunday. Come on, we can talk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, P. Who you got? You got
You
Eagles?
give them some napkins to wipe up their tears. Is that what you're gonna do? You need some more napkins over there? You good? You can need napkins?
Yo, you know what I will say,
Go ahead.
and I can't even believe that the universe just played this out. The kid that the Patriots took, the stone face guy that made like no emotion,
Yeah.
Keon White or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, he's hurt.
That's like your cousin or something. look at his headshot and tell me that he doesn't belong at that Alex Cooper family reunion.
The brother they never told you
I don't know,
about.
it might be your son at this point, my man.
Is it Keon Cooper?
Yeah.
But anyway, are we all using Eagles here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
It's gonna be a nice Sunday.
It's gonna be a rough season, New England. That's
Yeah.
what I got to say.
Well, what's the? Is this the final game?
No, we got 5 more left.
Okay, go ahead.
Rams at the Seahawks.
Ooh, I got Rams. I got Seahawks.
Yeah, I like the kid. I like the QB
got
for the
Seahawks.
Seahawks. I like that
I got
they
Seahawks.
gave him his money, and
I got Seahawks.
Yeah, I got Seahawks too.
it's crazy how the Rams can fall like that, right?
Yeah,
like
well,
this.
Yeah,
They
and Cooper
mortgaged
Kupp's hurt,
everything.
right?
Yeah,
They mortgaged everything for that Super Bowl. They got it.
They did get it. Hey, if you tell me that's the end result, I'll take it.
it just goes to show you how tough it is to like stay on top
Stay
for that long.
relevant,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Even if you get a 3 to 5 year window of even attempting to win Super Bowls, it's
Yeah.
like it takes so much. Like,
Yeah, spoken
And
like a
that's-
true
and that's-
Patriot fan.
No, and that's what pissed me
Yeah,
off about my Cowboys. We had a period with Romo that we could have gone, and now we had a period with Dak we could have gone.
Yo.
We put a good enough team.
Yeah,
Brad Johnson can win a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott can win a Super Bowl.
I just got a lot of love for Romo, and it hurts my heart to hear him mention the same statement as Dak so far. Like,
No,
Why?
but the
Why?
team,
Huh?
the team
Why?
themselves, they
Bro,
have a
look-
better team now than Dak.
yeah,
Dak's
I
got
just
a better
think
team.
look
Totally.
Why?
at you got to pull up Romo's career accomplishments, man.
Oh, I
Like
know.
Romo gets overshadowed because there are a lot of like.
But you're saying they shouldn't even mention it with Dak?
I think Romo's in a class above Dak Prescott.
He is.
I'd have to look.
No,
at the
Romo
numbers.
has all of the Cowboys passing records.
He does.
Putting them in the same sentence is like putting Anthony Davis on like the 75th team in the NBA.
You know what?
It's like
now that I'm
recency
really thinking about it.
bias.
I rock with you, but what if Dak? He doesn't get the stats, but he takes them and wins the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, I like Dak.
What's
I'm
the
not
matter?
They
hating, I'm not
have a
hating on
better
Dak.
overall. I'm just saying with that window, they have a better overall team than Romo had.
I don't know, I think the Cowboys' window is like they had like that awesome offensive line and that run game, and like where is that now? It's kind of coming.
Well, nobody uses the run game like it used to, but
Yeah, I don't know. I like CeeDee Lamb. I like a lot of pieces that Dallas has, but
all right, let's move on to the next
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
We'll debate that more when we get to that game. Cowboys, Dolphins against the Chargers.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
Now we're getting to the Ooh,
I'll take the Dolphins on that. I like what I've been hearing about their coach.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins too, because your boy just got paid. He's gonna be a little relaxed. I think the Dolphins.
Who just got paid? Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got big. He got a big
Yeah.
boy contract.
I don't
He
think
might be
he'll
the
relaxed.
highest paid quarterback right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he is. I
There he
think.
is. So
And there's something that the Chargers always blow it.
Yeah, but it's just the first
Like
game.
how many of those like missing rings episodes could you put together for Chargers teams? A lot, right? Like the Dan Fouts
Have
era,
they ever won a
LaDainian
Super Bowl?
Tom. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They've never won it. Since the Super Bowl era, they have never won
Bro,
it.
remember the team with LT and Antonio Gates and
Yeah. They had some squads.
they had
And this dude was the quarterback, right? 17. Who was he?
Philip Rivers.
Had all the kids.
Yeah.
And Philip Rivers did that. He played in that championship game against the undefeated Patriots with like no MCLs or something like that. Like he had no knees and he
Was
still.
that the game where Daniel Thomas
Yeah, it
was
was right. He was
celebrating
like-
and he got mad at the end?
Nah, it was riding the bike. He got hurt or something like that. He pulled up limping. He was just riding the bike with that visor on and the big jacket. That's what I remember him.
There was one game where he was upset because they came back. Patriots came back and started celebrating. But I'm like, at halftime, you guys are celebrating because you thought the game was over.
No.
I don't know if you remember that game.
I remember him talking smack about the Patriots, saying if they
Yeah.
ain't cheating, they ain't trying.
He
like
was a
so
hater.
there had
He
to be
was a
something
true
that
Patriot
happened
hater.
before.
You know what? You want a crazy stat about Philip Rivers?
Okay.
All those kids, same baby mama. Crazy stat.
He's like this, whatever his religion is or something, right? That's why.
Yeah, he doesn't swear. His
And
like
they don't use protection or nothing, so they just they just keep going.
Pull-out game is not strong.
his mic'd up stuff is hilarious.
So-
he's like, "Gosh darn it!" Like,
Good golly, make the
yeah,
tackle.
like he says like goofy stuff like Pleasantville.
Jump to Jehoshaphat. But go ahead, what's the next game, man? I got
all right,
Dolphins. Who you got?
I'm-
Dolphins? Dolphins? You got Chargers?
I gotta go. I'll go with Dolphins.
Right.
Chargers are installing. I don't know if their defense is good enough to stop all those weapons Miami has, and
Yeah.
they're installing a new offense. So we'll see. Next game, another great game. Raiders Broncos.
The Raiders. Oh, I know Kevin ain't gonna like to hear this, but I got the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. I got Raiders. I got Raiders.
I gotta go Broncos. I can't. Oof, that's
That's a good one too. That's a good
Yeah.
game.
Oh, it's not a great game, but it's a tough matchup.
I got Raiders. It's a division game.
I'm picking this on a total like popularity contest. Like Russell Wilson, Lamo, Jimmy G, my guy. I'm gonna roll with Jimmy. Hopefully he makes it through the whole game. Kind of tough to overthrow Devontae
I
Adams.
got Raiders.
I'll just go for the Broncos because they're gonna make a big turnaround from last year.
Yeah, I got
That's for you,
Raiders.
Kevin. That's for you, Kev. All right.
Let's ride.
Broncos country. Sunday night, Cowboys against the G-Men.
Ooh.
NFC East battle.
I hate the Cowboys too, but they're gonna win that game.
It's at New York.
Because they can't lose. They can't lose the season opener. Cowboys can't. Because
It's so weird with preseason too. Now nobody ever plays. You don't get any kind of feeling of how the teams
Yeah.
are going into the first week.
yeah, I got Cowboys just because I think they cannot afford to lose the first game, and especially not to the Giants.
Dak never threw a pass in preseason. I
That's
don't know
another-
if Danny Dimes did either.
I got Cowboys.
That's another tight game. You know what I mean?
Danny
I
just got
feel-
paid too, right?
Yeah,
I got Cowboys.
$40 million Danny Dimes.
I got Cowboys. We know who you got.
Yeah, we
Yo,
don't even.
I don't even know why I'm debating this. I'm not picking the New York Giants.
Why not?
Oh,
David Tyree is not on that team. He's
yeah,
not
he
on
can,
that team.
he can. Yeah, another.
Let me make a catch.
Yeah.
So you got the Cowboys.
Bro, talk about an all-time guy just playing it the wrong way and the wrong. Like all Rodney Harrison had to do was just be like,
On the other side.
boop.
Hit it.
Yeah.
He was in the mix though.
He was
Yeah,
there.
because he went up for it. He tried to pick it. All he had to do is just whatever. If Asante Samuel makes the interception in the first place,
That
we're not
other
even
one
having
too,
that
yeah.
having that
Hey,
conversation.
that was another one that went through his hands, right?
Poor, what a horrible legacy the Patriots have. If they had just done that, they
They would be what? Instead of
8 time.
8 times, 9 times, or 10 times.
I mean, it could be worse. We
They
could be
just
complaining
greedy,
about somebody dropping a field goal.
He's that greedy. They're just greedy. That's how they think. They want it They want the whole cookie.
What was the thing?
They could have had the whole cookie. They could have had none of the cookie with all those games.
What was the thing that we just gave Romo his cookies, but he's the one that dropped that like field goal, or fake field goal or something like that against Seattle. Like that was in the playoffs.
It was actual field goal. The ball slipped through.
That's back when the
Couldn't put
quarterback
it down,
used to
so
hold
he
it.
ran with it and almost got in. But
and Casey struck out.
and that should have been Drew Bledsoe holding, but because Romo is technically the starter. But Bledsoe can be.
That's great. That's great. I've been for years. I've like as we talk, I'm like, I don't understand why I had this emotional connection to the Cowboys. And it's because I did root for Bledsoe and
because he went there.
Who's the receiver too?
Terry Glenn.
Terry. Yeah,
Terry
like.
Glenn. But
We're uncovering childhood trauma here, gentlemen. We're working.
Peeling back the layers of the onion.
Coming back. But I didn't mean to sidebar. But how does Dallas beat them? Let's keep it on. Let's keep it a stack. How do they beat them?
Well, the defense carried in the beginning of last year, so I'm going to say
How
defense.
did the defense for Dallas end last season? I'm foggy on that.
Because they were in a nail biter with San Fran.
Yeah.
That was was it a single digit game? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If I'm the Giants with a healthy Saquon, like I'm just running it.
You can't
Like-
run against Dallas.
Why
No
not?
way.
You have to, because you don't want to sit there and
Control the time of possession.
If you can,
Make Dak
they
feel like he has to
can't.
do
They
a lot with
can't.
little. Like
They're a fast defense, so it's going to be hard for the
You're
Giants.
not running on Dallas.
And that's the other problem with the Giants is they don't have any good wide receivers you have to be scared about. We got Diggs and Gilmore. You just leave them 1-on-1 and
Yeah.
you put extra men in the box.
yeah, I mean they just brought in the receiver from the Raiders. New York did. What's that guy's name?
Are you? You're not bullying.
Renfro? Was it? No.
You're not bullying the Giants. You're not bullying the Dallas defense. No way. I don't think so.
I think Saquon can do whatever he wants if he's healthy.
Really?
They controlled them last year.
he's
He had
good.
he had a couple of big runs, but they basically had controlled them last year. All right. We'll go move on. We all know we got those picks. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Monday night game. AFC rivals. Bills, Jets. Aaron Rodgers' debut in New York.
This is a tough one, man. Is Rodgers the guy?
We will see.
Does he have anything left in the tank?
I would go Buffalo just because the Jets haven't been on the field together as a team, as a unit playing.
That's why you would take Buffalo.
That's why, yeah.
I feel like there's some dissension in the ranks in Buffalo. Like
They're not the same.
yeah, and I feel there's nothing. I've heard nothing about like praise for like Aaron Rodgers like being cool to like the young guys and stuff. Like I think the Jets are kind of on their way up, and the Bills
Yeah.
are like on their way down. So
Yeah. I got the Bills winning that division, but I got them losing this game. Because I think the hype with Aaron Rodgers, they're going to come out and be fired up and blah, blah, blah. That's going to settle in. Don't get me, I think it's going to settle in. And the Bills are going to settle in. And I still think they're going to win that division. But I got them losing this game to Aaron Rodgers. I got Jets. Because I think it's all the hype, all the hoopla with Aaron Rodgers coming to town. And
We'll see. Like I said, they started off last year because he had a lot of young kids. And
Yeah.
they did not start off well when he was in Green Bay.
yeah.
So I'm just saying he might start slow and end up finishing strong. But
Yeah, I got the Jet. I got the Jets.
and that is the last game on the schedule.
Who you got? You got
Bills.
pick.
I just said I did.
You got
I told
Bills. Who you got?
I think I got the Jets, man. Like when I think about the Bills, all I think about them is like crumbling.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
did
think about them
fold
being
last
up
year.
on KC and KC still winning. I think about them. They just I don't know what it is. They just crumble in the limelight.
So you got the Jets. That's it, P.
That's it. That's everything.
Yo, thanks for coming down, Ron. I appreciate you, man. You're
Yeah,
always
thanks for
welcome.
having me.
Tell your boy Kenny I want to do a show from over there.
He'll let us.
Yeah, we can do one live from over there. As long as he has the Wi-Fi and I can hook because I have the wire. As long as I can plug into his it just has to be a hard drive. Because I don't want to drop the signal. We'll do it live and then tell him. I just edit it and I rebroadcast it on
He's
YouTube
got all that.
after.
He's got the professional routers and everything. So
Let him know. I'll text him again.
Everybody should go watch the YouTube video when you cut it up.
Yeah.
Rewatch it again just to see everything we said.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share.
Every
Make the
year, this
comments.
dude gets
We should try to have some kind of watch party at the bodega or something
Yeah, we'll
like that.
figure
You
it
know what
out.
I mean?
We'll
Like
figure it
get
out.
all the fans together for a little meet and greet.
We'll figure it out. But thanks for coming down. P, you know what it is. Let everybody know.
Peace out.
Peace.